we are in a transitional phase as we're coming up to 2020. There is going to be changes in this country and all over the world that we have not seen since 1776. We are going to have corruption in government cleaned out at a level that has not been dreamed of before. We're going to have all these dominoes fall. The UFO embargo against truth on UFOs and alien visitors, all that's going to fall. Technology is going to be released. We're going to have technology released that is going to give us free energy, free healing. All these things are going to come out, and they're all connected to each other. We're going to have real disclosure, real contact from alien visitors directly to us, but we're also going to have fake disclosure that's going to be manipulated by the governments and manipulated by shady groups. And it's happening now. I want to say everybody, LeakCon 2019. It's awesome out here in Denver, Colorado, and I hope everybody enjoys the live stream. And it's been a great event, and I hope everybody sees it, and it's amazing. I guarantee you that we're living that right now. There's a lot of dominoes that are all connected to each other that are going to fall. And that's why we're here together talking about each of these dominoes. Talking about what they mean and what's important.
So you think it's like we're near a 1776 time right now?
Yeah, exactly. There's no parallel.
Intellectually or...
Both. Intellectually, cosmically, terms of society and culture.
Yeah.
There's no comparison except 1776.
Yeah.
That's what we're living through.
And that's like the only time that, as far as I know, that it's been written down the idea that a person, no matter who they are, has their rights because they're born and not because someone gave it to them or can take it away.
Our rights come from God, come from the creative force. And now we're coming back. We're in a fiefdom right now. We're in debt slavery. We're in this system that's been set up by the Illuminati, and we're going to fight our way out of it right now, and it's happening. And we're seeing a lot of the repercussions of that. It's happening everywhere, and we are going to win this battle.
Nice to meet you. I'll see you around.
I do like the fact that there's not a lot of people. Also, we're here at the LeakCon registration table. There's John DeSouza. Somewhere back in the background is Jeff Jordan. So all the guests are showing up and all the speakers at the meet and greet. So that's pretty cool. Let's go see what is going on inside. We'll go see who all's here and what's going on.
I couldn't be happier. I mean, the people that are here are amazing. I feel like it's a family reunion, basically, because I feel like I know these people, and I do. It's interesting. It's that quantum connection with the internet and the mind power here. Like, if you were to put together a think tank, this is it. This is it. So I'm looking for, like, clandestine agents and stuff. I just had my, check this out, dude. The guy that just polished my shoes, I think he's a secret agent from South Korea. He was literally busting out business cards like, I've shoe shot presidents. And I'm like, oh yeah, so he started busting out business cards like, secret agent, secret agent, secret agent. I was like, you could be a secret agent. And he got clients. So he signed my shoes, he put some nanotechnology in there, it's hooked up to a quantum computer. We're gonna have some fun, man.
All right.
5G style.
Oh, we're having a great time, man.
Yeah. So what do you guys think?
This is the best time in Colorado while you're still wearing pants.
Right? So you guys had a good time. Yeah, we just showed up, so we got the whole weekend to trip out. So you gonna be out talking to people too tomorrow?
I think so.
All right, awesome. Yeah. All right, cool. And then we got Jay Campbell over here. How's it going?
It's really Jay Campbell. No, Rex, it's my clone. I had to send the clone.
All right, Rex, how do you feel about the
Oh my
turnout?
goodness, I feel amazing. I feel electric. My hair is just standing up.
Yeah, I can see
Not on my
that.
head. I don't have it in my head, but other parts
Right?
of my body. Yeah.
So how do you feel? Are you feeling good?
I'm buzzing, man.
All right, let's go.
Buzzing with-
Let's check it out.
Look at that. We're just getting here. This is amazing. Hey, what's up? Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it's the first time in my life I've worked everything's first time. There's a first for everything. Oh, we got water. Thank goodness.
So you guys enjoying LeakCon?
Oh, yeah.
You guys having a good time? Awesome.
It could be General Flynn. It could be General Flynn. That's my best bet at this point. Or it could be a couple of other people too. People though, possibly. Yes, it could be a
All right, so the event's about to start again, and Rex Bear's about to speak in this room. So we'll catch the beginning of it. It's a little sneak peek, so you can get the LeakCon 2019 later, after the streaming's all done.
It's possible that if you're asking if he's a single individual, he could be general friend. It's possible. Thank you. Don't know for sure.
So this is in a place called Sankawi, and I wanted to start off because we're going to be talking about the Anunnaki and possibly the ant people that the Hopi talked about, the Hopi prophecy. Anunnaki means ant friend. And Diamond and I went to a place called Sankawi in New Mexico and a place called Bandelier. Anybody heard of Bandelier or Sankawi? A few of you have, okay. Well, Sankawi is not as well known, and it's an area in New Mexico that looks like it was built by ant people. It's very small rooms. They're multi-rooms, and you'll see that the biggest room I wouldn't even be able to stand up in, and I'm 5'7" with boots on. So there's also petroglyphs in the area of what looks like ant people with antennas, and they're hanging out with what you can clearly see are normal people, at least with the petroglyphs. So it looks like they're almost saying, we were here, we made friends with you, and then I don't know what happened, some type of cataclysm. But there's also a bunch of petroglyphs that show cataclysmic events, and people have thought that they were like aliens or extraterrestrial. There's a gentleman by the name of Parat that has done these experiments with plasma and has been able to duplicate many of these petroglyphs. Yeah. So where I'm going with this is, I think that at one point there was a civilization that is actually, I don't know where they went, of what's called the small people or the Anunnaki, the ant people, and then you've heard of the other Anunnaki, Sumerian tablets, which...
Alright, so I'm here at LeakCon with John DeSouza, and he was telling me some interesting things the other day about maybe time relapsing to a time of a 1776 mindset amongst a lot of different things in our world today. So you can kind of expand on that.
Yep, we are in a transitional phase. As we're coming up to 2020, there's going to be changes in this country and all over the world that we have not seen since 1776. We are going to have corruption in government cleaned out at a level that has not been dreamed of before. And we're going to have all these dominoes fall. The UFO embargo against truth on UFOs and alien visitors, all that's going to fall. Technology is going to be released. We're going to have technology released that is going to give us free energy, free healing. All of these things are going to come out, and they're all connected to each other, and it's happening now.
So you think they're actually going to go with some kind of disclosure of a real kind, or like a controlled kind of, where they control the concept of it? Because there's going to be both. Okay. We're going to have real disclosure, real contact from alien visitors directly to us, but we're also going to have fake disclosure that's going to be manipulated by the governments and manipulated by shady groups that people already know about, that are not working for us and that are trying to take control of the agenda of UFOs and alien visitors. So both things are going to be going on at the same time.
Well, the reason I asked is because there's recently the Navy did an interview, I don't know who exactly the person was, but they told the public in an article that they were no longer going to be sharing UFO information with the general public, or at least Navy and the Navy intelligence.
Yeah.
But that's just one of several different agencies that are kind of seem to have their own opinion on the subject.
Yeah, but I think the Navy, especially since the Tic Tac incident, which was in 2004, the Navy was collecting too much information.
Too good of data.
Yes, they're collecting too much good information on these UFOs, especially submergibles, UFOs that come from like the center of the earth.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I think someone in national government said, whoa, hold on. Let's just put a temporary embargo on the Navy and what the Navy is collecting, also because they must be having some control problems with the Navy as well.
So I was wondering if you were talking about USOs. How much, or if any, do you think that has to do with ancient civilizations that have, like there's hundreds of submerged cities, and all of those cities are with civilizations that could be interpreted to have contact with technological stuff, especially like in India, like Mohenjo-Daro and stuff like that, or in that area. There's really ancient cities with some weird things like radioactive bodies, vitrified stone, and then stories of ancient deities.
Not just that, all the ancient cities all have carvings and representations of alien visitors and UFOs and devices that are from the future. They all have those things.
Yeah.
They have there's some carvings of astronauts using cords out in space. I mean, incredible stuff.
There's real similar stuff where I live on petroglyphs all around the desert.
Right. Well,
entities of some kind.
Yeah. And where I live in Arizona, you can Google this stuff. We have the Grand Canyon. There was an opening to an underground city in the Grand Canyon that was, it was supposedly, people who explored it said that there was alien artifacts in that area, and that it's ancient city stuff, but it was also alien artifacts that were clearly visible in there. So what did the authorities do? They walled off that entire section of the Grand Canyon.
Is this the same place that was like interacted with the Smithsonian about like alleged Egyptian mummies and other artifacts from different places in the world? It was like, according to the person, a smorgasbord of cultures in there.
The Smithsonian is a globalist organization that often has its fingerprints anywhere that alien artifacts come up, or that artifacts come up of like giants or anything that's outside the current scientific paradigm. The reason for that is because the Smithsonian is in charge of making a lot of these things disappear.
Yeah.
Disappear in one way or another. And the Smithsonian has been doing that for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Yeah.
All over the earth.
Well, I'm sure they were called something else even before that.
Exactly.
Another question I have for you is, what's driving the agenda of, I guess I don't want to say state-sponsored terrorists, but in a way they are, like ISIS and other groups who are going around with an obvious agenda to destroy the oldest records of human civilization. Like they have a thing about it. They go blow it up, erase it, and this is a weird concept, but you remember when we invaded Iraq, they went right for the museum and got all the Sumerian tablets out of the basement, right? But something happened right before that I thought was interesting, is that Saddam Hussein started calling himself Nebuchadnezzar again. And in the Bible they talk about Nebuchadnezzar as the king who got the Israelites to come over and work his maybe Stargate or something like that, and he didn't know how to run it. Do you think that that's why they're destroying all of that, because there was evidence? Like when he said he was Nebuchadnezzar, was that an indication to the elite that he might have found some information that they didn't know about?
Yeah, I think it was, and they wanted that stuff. So I think that a lot of what happened in the Iraq War was the globalist powers using the American military to gain control of these ancient devices that were at the Iraqi military. At least that's what a lot of the rumors say. Coming out of that area.
Not to be like more conspiracy theorists, but there's also rumors of like Vimana encounters in Afghanistan as well, and that's the other place we went that had nothing to do really with what happened. I mean, we went to two countries, destabilized them, that didn't really have anything to do with 19 Saudi Arabians.
Exactly.
If even they did that. I mean, I'm still questioning some of those things, considering some of them may or may not have been seen alive afterwards.
Exactly.
I mean, I can't verify anything with everything being fake, and what do you think about that too with today's entertainment now, that we're so technologically sophisticated that anything that you see or hear may not be anything that anybody ever really said or did?
You mean like how they'll be able to do representations?
Well, right now they have enough software, like say they could show a bank robbery with you doing it, use your voice, make you say things that you didn't say, and that's well known among anybody that deals with technology now. They even have some famous ones that can make your face move around. They've done it to Bush and Obama, and make them say things they didn't say.
Right.
So anything you see might not even be real, and it's hard for someone like me who already doesn't trust narratives to even believe what I'm looking at whenever they show footage of an event that happened.
Well,
if I wasn't there myself, I really don't know.
The only way we know now what is true and what is not is what is the source. Is it an official government source? Is this coming from mainstream news?
Is that even different source though?
Yeah.
I mean, the mainstream media, because like you can go back to Mockingbird, but even recently Obama in his administration passed it where it's legal to propagandize to the American people. He gave partial control over the network's intel feed to the CIA again, and as far as I know, Trump hasn't reversed any of that weird stuff from the Patriot Act that they changed into the Freedom Act or any of those things that are named the opposite of what they are.
Right.
Like every time I hear one of these bills, I know it's the opposite of what it says. Is it the Freedom Act or does it limit freedom?
Right, exactly.
Is it the Patriot Act or is it really not patriotic at all and it goes after people that might be patriots?
Exactly.
And anything like health bills.
That's why you got to look at the source.
Yeah.
Of who's proposing this, who's putting this forward, and for what purpose. You know, I'd rather get stuff from a personal journalist on YouTube,
Yeah.
who's a reliable person, than listen to official government sources anymore.
Yeah,
That's what tells
and
me.
it makes people like me question, what do I even know? Like things that I think I know, do I even know that, or was that
Exactly.
fake info from the beginning?
Exactly. And that's the way it is, unfortunately. That's what we're living in right now today.
All right. So, okay, cool. And in closing, just what do you want to say?
I just want to say, everybody, LeakCon 2019. It's awesome out here in Denver, Colorado, and I hope everybody enjoys the live stream. And it's been a great event, and I hope everybody sees it, and it's amazing. Thank you so much, man.
All right, and everybody, don't forget to check out his YouTube channel.
So he's going to talk about that today, and it's from the dirt to the stars. Greg, Allison, you're a legend. Thank you so much. Oh yeah! Right on, man. Thank you so much.
I really want to jump in and give you a hug, Ransom.
Go ahead.
Give me a hug. There you
Go ahead.
Yes. It was great to meet you. It really
too.
was. I hope to see you again.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, are they next? Go back and tell your dad about me. Like,
I'm
no,
going to.
you're like,
Ooh, that's nice, man.
That's the best one. I'm so
That is
excited
badass. I
about
was scamming that one.
it. Yeah.
That is awesome, man. You too. Hi, guys.
hi.
How's LeakCon going?
It's going great. Look over there. There's hardly nothing left.
Yes.
Yes. And I made sure to cover.
Ma'am,
I love her. She's amazing. She's an amazing person.
we're the match
Yes.
clan.
Yeah, right. I got
We're
one in the car
protected.
too.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
There's the and Diamond's talking. He says right now the most thing you have to worry about is the magnetic. So you have to be aware of that. So how's this They're a big family club and I'm trying to escape
And there is the live stream that's going on.
They actually shelter the plane from being bombarded.
Phenomenal turnout.
Conducting EMS.
Check it out. Everybody is unveiling the lies. Look
You
at
have
them.
your phone. Just take your phone. What's there? Pick up your phone. Oh yeah. And show us that it's turned on.
How's it going?
All right, so you want to do a quick little show or something?
Yeah, well, NASA, but just space in general, between civilians, you know, mega corporations, military, how much they're going to tell us about it, and how much BS we'll get.
Well, there's some they're just not going to tell us on the military side.
Yeah.
You can understand that. They're just not going to tell us. Now, I'm really excited that the commercial side is picking up and come along. Now, a lot of that is supported by NASA through the government funding. It's largely somewhat just a different means of procurement.
Yeah.
Maybe not as stringent as the traditional contract procurement that a prime contractor for a regular project gets under. However, I've been a part of the originally L5 Society and later the National Space Society. The L5 Society formed with the purpose of disbanding. You know, that's a great thing for an organization to form for the purpose of disbanding. Kind of rare, but unfortunately merged into an organization that doesn't seem to want to do that. But so the purpose was to disband in a space colony.
Yeah.
So what we're really all about is the human settlement of space. And this is an enterprise that a government just can't afford. I mean, it's like the government can't just go over and build cities somewhere and put people in them. It's way off. You need commerce. You need private enterprise. It's got to be part of it from the get-go in order to make it as broad and as deep as it needs to be. So it's a great thing that's come along. It's going to be an integral part of making our dreams come true. The government being involved, each one has their own vision, their own way of going about it, and that's even better. Because you take Mother Nature, I'm also in the garden.
Yeah.
A plant, say an oak tree, it does not create and put all its energies into creating just one perfect seed to release every year in the hopes of surviving and propagating. So no, it casts out thousands.
Yeah, thousands.
And that is the strategy that biology uses to propagate and survive.
And we have to do that as humans as well.
Yeah.
If we ever.
So having one space program or one approach is putting all your efforts into one big special seed. And that's not really the best way to go about it. So it's really good that Bezos and Musk and NASA and other entities have different visions, although they may have certain core commonalities, which is good, but they're taking us, hopefully, toward our overall goal. And the NASA side might be an insurance. Like, I work SLS in the daytime. That's my day job. It's the NASA big rocket. And, maybe it buys us some insurance in that it's a different approach, and if some of the other approaches don't succeed, it's there. It's based on more tried and true technology. But the innovation of it is with Elon Musk. If Elon Musk can pull off the BFR rocket project as he envisions it, that is going to be an unbelievable game changer.
That's the whole reusable landing.
Yeah, but this is complete reusable landing. He has a vision for taking two of these to orbit. One is a tanker ship that we could refill it, and it could fly to the moon, and then the thing return to Earth or to Mars the same way. That is revolutionary. It's a big game changer. Now, we don't know what Bezos is coming up with. Bezos keeps everything flat. He's had his New Shepard rocket, which was a suborbital rocket like Shepard through space. But now he's talking about his new Glenn rocket. What did Glenn do? He orbited around the Earth. That's a very big rocket, big difference. Is he going to come up with the new Armstrong rocket?
Yeah, I don't know.
What would that be? How would that compare to BFR? I don't know.
Where I live in Alamogordo, right across the mountains, the spaceport by Las Cruces, but on the side of the mountain I live on, I know for a fact they've built a couple more. I don't know who's going to be using them, and they may be complete because they're only using 2011 or 13 photographs still on Google. But it's right out there in the valley. It's right next to Trinity Site, Holloman Air Force Base, where they have the laser sight.
In the Holloman Air Force Base.
Yeah, that's where I live. I grew up there. My grandpa worked out there.
Yeah, I did moon launches at Holloman. I've done moon launches. And have you been to the museum in Alamogordo, the Space Museum there?
I've actually done a documentary of that too. Yeah.
They do have sections and pieces of the DCXA rocket.
Is that the Titan outside that's sitting outside?
No, I mean the DCX rocket, the one that flew like a helicopter and is reusable. The first
yeah.
The one that inspired Musk and inspired Bezos. Bezos claims this rocket inspired me to do what I'm doing. That rocket, I used to be in the Hall of Fame for that rocket because I pushed it politically. I was part of the phone tree, and I activated the alert and got the word out to make that project take place. So I was applying political pressure. I was actually lobbying bureaucrats in the DOD.
Wow.
That's a really different animal to take on. But it succeeded. And I'm not taking full credit, but it was enough that the project chair, the project manager, Bill Gaubatz, was always eternally grateful for me. And he put me in their Hall of Fame. I think that site is gone now. He had a website for it. He died a few years ago.
Yeah.
But I do have remnants of the DCX rocket in my backyard. The largest privately held pieces of that rocket are the inner tank and the avionics bay that are in my backyard. Now, I didn't get them because I was involved in promoting the rocket. It just happened through other circumstances. I'm connected in the space community.
Yeah.
Now, one of my buddies had poked fun at it. He posted on the internet and called me the first space redneck for having rocket parts in my backyard.
Yes,
like a redneck would have a car up on a box, right? But so we've had some fun with that, and you can search it on the internet, by the way.
Yes,
but
I'll put that in here actually.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun with that. So, and there's also Guns and Rockets is another website he posted later on that. So we've had a little fun with it. But that was before the Rocket City Rednecks TV show came out, long before that.
Right.
And by the way, I know that guy, and I also know the guy who's the president of Virgin Galactic. George Whitesides actually hired him to be the executive director of the National Space Society when I was chairman of the executive committee of the National Space Society.
And they just announced that they're going to be doing, if not one of the ones that's built or another one, a spaceport in New Mexico as well.
Yeah, they are involved in the spaceport in New Mexico.
Well, they have one that's publicly known, but on the other side of the mountain,
so they're
building more of them. I know for a fact where two of them are at. You can see the beginnings of it, the building.
I've met Bill Richardson. He was the.
So I'm sure it's finished by now with the new pictures, but they won't show you what it looks like.
Well, maybe not the new one. The public one was intended for public tourism, so yeah, they'll make it.
Yeah. It's on the military side of the mountain, on White Sands side.
That's interesting.
I'll show you where it's at. No, but I've never seen anyone talk about it.
Maybe they're getting Space Force funding.
It's at least a 1.5 mile long runway from end to end, and there's a looks like a radar they're building there, like a whole system at the end of one end of the airport, and then you can tell by the pictures it's also underground. Just from looking at construction of the beginnings of it.
I was with a group that was looking at maybe putting some facilities in New Mexico at one time. New Mexico was very friendly Governor Richards to having space companies come there. And actually, the mayor of Hatch took me on a tour.
Oh wow, yeah, that's right.
Hatch Chili's, green chilies. So I like the people there. It's an awesome place.
Well, I would love to have you come on and talk about some of the programs. Recently, I just got one of the Holloman Times little newspapers that they give out at the base. In there, they were talking about how the United States Secretary of Defense made a comment that every other nation on Earth is building and has already built particle weapons, high energy lasers. It's in there as fact that this is fact now in this article, and they're saying that they're either going to want to deal with our Secretary of State because they do not want to in the future deal with the Secretary of Defense from here on out. That we will. It's basically saying we are going to dominate space. Period.
Us saying it or them?
Huh?
Us saying that or them saying?
No, that's us. That's the Secretary of the Air Force. I have the paper outside actually.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it was just in one of these little things they put in free in the newspaper, so they know no one really is going to read that article.
Yeah, but how do we dominate it if the economic basis for our society starts to crumble? We've got to keep our economy going in some fashion. I mean, China's whipping us on so many fronts. I mean, the future's Chinese.
Is that why they're dying so much to control space? Because the Chinese are the only ones really with rare earth elements?
Yeah, they've already landed on the moon. Think about this. If you put a linear accelerator, magnetic accelerator on the moon, electromagnetic accelerator called a mass driver, you could chunk bags of lunar regolith off the surface of the moon continuously. Now, if these were encapsulated in a little control mechanism that could guide where they went, they could take out everything in orbit. And you couldn't even get to the moon. They could get you on the way. Yeah, just kinetic weapons. Bags of regolith, nothing. With some little guidance system.
Well, I'm pretty sure that well, at least it's rumored that we have things like giant iron rails that they
the
can just
rods
drop.
of God, tungsten rods.
Yeah.
Tungsten rods, the rods of
Tungsten,
God.
yeah, that's even worse.
Tungsten. And that's the theory. I don't know.
Well, what's funny is they put it in video games for several years, and then they started talking about it in articles as a real thing. So that leads me to believe that it's been built already.
There's some things we're just not going to know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've seen some things driving through the desert that made me go, what the hell is that? Who's flying that damn thing?
My grandpa gave me a chance to go out at the base because he was Air Force, and then he retired civil service twice out at Holloman. He worked at the high-speed test track, so he just kept on working there.
Rocket sled track?
Yes.
Oh, well, Colonel Stapp was strapped in. And
that's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah, I saw those sleds when I was out there.
So he was, I guess what he called himself was a deconstruction engineer. So he's when
right. You saw the V2 stuff they had at Allison Rotor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew the old Germans. I knew those old Germans, you know.
Yeah, my grandpa's actually German. It's weird. He went to Germany first as his first station base, and then he came back to Holloman.
And I started the Huntsville, Alabama L5 Society in 1983 with Conrad Dannenberg, who had been the deputy program manager on the Saturn V rocket. He had been the manager for one of the stages that was developed. He had designed the injection nozzles for the engines for the V2 rocket. I've been in his house and carved his Christmas turkey a few years even. You know?
That's awesome.
Unfortunately, he passed away several years ago, but I knew a lot of these guys.
I actually thought it was always bizarre as I was a kid because when you go on Holloman, or at least not really as I was a kid, more as an adult when they started, we got the Italian Air Force as well. So we had the Germans, the Italians, and for a short time, the Japanese were training to fly planes. So when you would come on the base, you'd see the Axis of Evil from World War II, you know, and it was just bizarre, but it's a modern time. I mean, it's a long time removed, but it's just bizarre that they're at the base nearest to the first atomic bomb also. You know.
My dad would tell me when he was in World War II how they used to feed the little German kids. You know, they'd be starving to death, he said, and they'd have their meal rats, and they'd just feel sorry for his kids, and they'd give them food and candy and stuff like that. And later, when I first worked on Space Station, I went up working for a German guy, and he told me that when he was a kid, the American soldiers used to give him the candies and the food, and I go, yeah, that was my dad. My dad told me that. They used to do that.
Oh, wow. So,
my dad's still alive. He's 98. I was just over at his house a couple Saturdays ago, and he just got in from mowing his yard. He drives, cooks, cleans.
Well, that's awesome, man. I had really fun talking to you, and I'd love to invite you over to 420 TV and talk about all kinds of stuff.
Well, you've asked me more space questions than any of the other interviews.
Well, that's
here.
because
You're there.
Yeah.
You know it. That's good. So
yeah,
you pulled the space side out of me.
Okay, all right, we got 160, 175. 175. You can't even get the silver ones for 175. This is a gold edition Leak Project info cap number 2. 175, 175. Okay, right there. We go once. Going twice. Sold. The man's got 175. Yes, one time.
Very nice.
Yeah. Woo!
It is. It's something.
Thank you much.
Thank you. It's kind of following the weed dispensary. You heard that, everybody. I was following Diamond as he goes around and gives free weed out at LeakCon 2019. Free. F-R-E-E.
This is a seeded hybrid, so de-seed it.
Okay.
Grow the seeds. The seeds are double lemon diesel.
Okay.
The weed itself is lemon diesel, sativa, daytime. Probably won't put you to sleep.
No, you know what's the best so far? Stargates. Yes, well, we got Stargates.
Yeah, we only had that for a month.
I know. Do I see 140? Yes. 145? Yes. 150? 150? Yes. 160? 160? Do I see 160? 155? I got 155 going once. Yes. 160? 160? For 160 going once. $160. A piece of history signed by the legends. This is the Dream Team. John DeSouza, the X-Man, Diamond from Oppenheimer Ranch. Are you kidding me? Brady signed it. She's the artist. She's the Picasso here. You got to get in on this. Where are we at? 160. 160. 165. 165. Do I see 165? 165 going once. 165. I've got 165 right over here. 170. I got 170. Do I got 175? 175. 175.
No.
175. Do I see 175 for a piece of memorabilia? 175? No. Okay. 175 going once.
Where you at? 175?
175. Well, you bid 175.
65.
165. Yeah. Who bid 170? You bid 170. We're at 170 going once. Going 170.
Did somebody do 170?
170. You want 175? 175. Okay. 180. We're at 185 now. 185. Do we have 185? I'm forgetting what I'm saying. You better hurry. 185. 185. 190. 190. Yes. 195. 195. 200. 200. Yes. 205.
Oh my God.
205. Just saying this. All right. 210.
We're just gonna come
210. 215.
250.
250. Hello. $250 right here. Do I see 255? 255 going once. Yeah, 255. 260. 260. You in? Are we in for $260? $260 going once. Going. We got 260. Let's see if we can get 275. Can I get a 275? Can I get a 275? 275. Yes. Got 275. Do I see 285? 285. 285. Thank goodness I don't smoke cigarettes. We got 285. 285. 285. Do I see 290? 290.
Damn, smells so
290.
good.
290. Yeah. Do I see $300 for a piece of history? What? $300.
God dang it.
$300. $300. That's it. $300. You're gonna put this over your bed and you're like, look, I was there. I went to that event. Everybody was amazing. Do I see $300? Do I see going once?
Who's at 300?
300 going twice. 290 or 290. 290.
What happened?
She wants more than I do.
295. 290 sold. Yeah, right on.
Awesome.
Who won that? Right on. Who won that?
Hands-free books.
I know, right?
Yeah. Where does she base? Right over there. Blue house.
Okay.
If I was here by myself,
Be the change.
Oh, be the change.
$20 price tag.
Okay.
Wait.
All right.
Wait.
We're going to start this off at
Oh yeah.
$30.
Oh yeah.
$30 for a gorgeous, awesome, handcrafted, be the change, key change.
Be the change cheat cane.
Change.
Wow.
Be the change, key chain. Try saying that twice. Be the change, key change. $30. Gorgeous, awesome. Handcrafted,
Go for it. Yeah.
beautiful. You're in a buffalo nickel in here. Buffalo nickel. $30. They go for 40 if you buy them from the shop. $30. Gorgeous, awesome, handcrafted. Yeah. $3.
We gotta take her.
$30. An awesome, handcrafted, stunning buffalo nickel in here. This is brass. $30. Do I see $20? $20. Come on, just throw money my way. Just tuck it right over here, pocket, $20.
Hi Ravenwolf channel. Nice seeing you again.
Can't smoke it?
That's how they You guys having fun?
Yeah, we are having
You guys enjoy LeakCon?
Yes, it's great.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Thanks for checking in.
You guys enjoying LeakCon? Only one person looked. One person's running. I got ignored. You guys saw that. So how you doing? You enjoying LeakCon?
I enjoyed it a lot.
Did you get to watch all the speakers and stuff?
As many as I could.
That is awesome. So you feel like you absorbed something?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I absorbed a lot.
Yeah, we had some great speakers this time. The first time. Come on. Come on, co-host. Let's go.